Namaste children. How are you all? Hope you all have enjoyed Sankranti holidays in a village, isn't it? So today in our lesson I would like to take you to a village. Today we are going to read block 16 of class 4 Exceed English. The name of the lesson is Once in a Village. It is written by H.C. Madan. Before we read the lesson, let us know the keywords. See the first word, children. Wade. Wade means to get in, to get into water, like that. Blossom. You can see the flowers. The flowers are blossomed. They produce flowers. Blossom is produce flowers. When these flowers blossom, the air is filled with a sort of perfume. Okay. Geese. You can see the picture. These are the water birds. They have long necks and long neck with short legs and webbed feet. Cured. Next word is cured. Cured means if you fall down, you get a hurt, okay, on the knee or anywhere, and you apply some ointment, isn't it, children? So after some time, it heals off or it gets cured. Then see the fifth word, clumps. So what is this clumps refers to? Clumps refers to small group of trees growing. Okay, group of trees, small group of trees which grow very closely. So you can see the neem trees there, children. They are very close to each other. Next one is spares. Spares means, for example, if you want to put some grains to the birds and you throw the grains, so these grains they scatter on the floor, okay, or on the earth or on the ground. Okay, they scatter. When you throw the grains, a handful of grains for the birds, they scatter here and there. Okay, next one is tender. You can see the picture there, children. Leaves, they are very tender. Tender means very soft. Next word is hollow. You can see the picture. The squirrel stays inside that hollow or hollow of a tree. So hollow means having a hole or empty space inside a tree. Okay, now we'll see the next word, wither. First picture you can see, children, it is full of greenery. The field is full of greenery. So and if that greenery goes off, or if at the time of harvest, okay, it withers, it dries off. Okay, so wither means to get dry. Okay, next one is trickle. You can see the water, how it is falling. Okay, the trickle here, it refers to water which flows. Okay, slow thin flow of water. Okay, slow thin flow of water is called as a trickle. Now let us go to the lesson, children. Once in a Village, written by H.C. Madan. So now look at this particular picture. Can you predict what is happening in this picture? Now predict means, what is this predict? Predict means to foretell, to say, to estimate what happens in this particular story. Once in a Village. Here whom you see, all the village people are there. And what are they doing, children? Yes, very good. They are praying. Okay. So to whom are they praying? Yes, they are praying to God. So why do you think they are praying to God? Yes, they are in a trouble. So what sort of trouble that? Let us read from the story. And when they are in trouble, they pray to God. Do you think God answers their prayers? Okay, so what is their trouble? Can you guess from that picture what is their trouble or what has happened? You can see in the picture, people are there. Even the children are also, they are praying to God. And apart from the people, children, what else you can see? Some huts are there or some houses are there. Then two trees are there. Anything else, children, you can find out? Just see, observe the picture. Yes, here you can see towards the right hand side. Okay, some tree is cut down. Okay, only the bottom part is there. Okay, then here the other side also the tree is cut down. Okay, so that you can see it. Now let us read the story and find out who has cut down the tree and what is the problem. Okay, that we will see it. And do you remember the story, children, the golden goose? Yes, in that golden goose is a folk tale, isn't it? So this story is also once in a village is also a folk tale. So from the golden goose, what did you learn? Yes, we should not be greedy. Now in this lesson also we are going to learn certain thing. So let us read and find out what are we going to learn from this story. That is once in a village. Once upon a time, there was a village near a forest. The village was old, but the forest was older. It stood by a river in which women washed their clothes and children waded and swam and fished. So here we are talking about a village. So where is this village located, children? Yes, very good. Near a forest. And this village was old, or it is older than the forest. And where is it located? Yes, it is located near a forest, and also it stood by a river. You can see in the picture a village is there. Next to that village, there only you can see the river which is flowing. Okay, and what the people did with this river water? Yes, they washed their clothes. First thing is they washed their clothes, and children waded. Waded means they get into, they swam, and also they fished. They catched fishes also. And the fields grew paddy, groundnut, and yellow mustard. There were ponds where lotuses blossomed and ducks, geese, and frog families made their homes. So now, apart from this village, or in this particular village, there were fields. And fields, what are the crops which grew in these fields? Yes, paddy. Paddy means this rice, through which we get the rice. Groundnut and yellow mustard also. And there were ponds. And in the ponds, there were beautiful lotuses which blossomed. And in that pond, ducks were there, geese and frogs. All these, they made families in that ponds. The village people thought of the forest as a friend. Okay, after all, the forest gave them many things. It gave them fruit to eat and wood to make their homes. And the villagers, they felt very happy to be in that village, and this village gave them fruits to eat and also wood also it gave to make homes. And they thought this forest to be their friend. It gave them leaves and roots that cured them when they had fever or were hurt. So apart from the wood or fruits, it also cured them. The leaves of the forest cured them. So the leaves of the forest have some medicinal value, that those leaves cured their fever, and also whenever they got hurt, that leaf, the juice of the leaf was poured on that particular hurt, and it cured them. And it gave them flowers that everyone loved. So it also gives so many flowers, and all the people love the flowers. We too love it, isn't it, children? Now next, move back to the next part. Now is this clear? Shall we move on to the next one? Yes. But slowly the number of people in the village grew. So what happened? The people who are there in the village, they grew. Grew means some other people from the other villages, like that they came to this particular village. There were more grandparents, more mothers and fathers, more uncles and aunts, and many, many more children. So many were there. Okay, who were there? Grandparents were there, mothers, more fathers, uncles, aunts, and many, many more children. So many are there. So that means the population or the people in that particular village increased. They needed houses to live in and fields to grow food. So they began to cut down the trees. The wise one warned them, don't cut down trees. They are our friends. They look after us. If you hurt them, they will be trouble. There will be trouble. Okay, so here what happened? So many people are there. So as the population increased, as the people, more people have come to this particular village, they needed houses to live. So in order to make their houses, they want wood, isn't it? And you can see the people here in the picture, what they are doing. They are cutting down the trees. So one wise man, he warned them. Warned means he told them, please don't cut the trees. So if you cut the trees, what is going to happen? He also says that these trees, they look after us, so they are our friends. And if you hurt them means by cutting the tree. If you hurt them, there will be trouble. So we will be in trouble. So there will be a problem. So you see, so many trees are cut down. See, children, the picture, so many trees are cut down. So if you cut down the trees, so we will be in a trouble. So we have to face problems. But no one listened. Soon the forest became thin and sparse. So previously how it was, the forest was full of trees, so many trees. But when these trees have been cut down to make the houses, then what happened? They were sparse, very less number of trees. After that, all that was left standing were some clumps of neem and some thorny bushes. So only some trees were there, which are closely there. And see, only here to little bit far away, there you can see some trees. Neem trees were there, and also some thorny bushes were also there. You can see some bushes here and there, isn't it, children? So here this wise man has warned them, but did they listen? No one listened, and they are going on cutting the trees in order to make home. So why they wanted to make home, children? Because so many people, the population has increased. Now we'll move on to the next one. There were, however, two trees that stood firm in the center of the village. Now here in this picture you can see two trees, children. So these two trees, they are in the center of the village. Okay, one was a great peepal tree, so old that nobody knew its age. It it put out young and tender, heart-shaped leaves every year. So one tree. So now let us talk about these two trees. Now coming to the first tree. So first tree was a great peepal tree. And how are its leaves, children? Peepal tree leaves heart-shaped, isn't it? So heart-shaped, and every year it bears, or it has tender leaves. Every year it will have. Near the people stood a banyan tree. So near the peepal tree, which tree is there? Banyan tree. So this banyan tree, you can see something is falling from that. Okay, and what people are doing it, so that we will read what they are going to do it. So near the people stood a banyan tree, and in its hollow lived a family of squirrels. So you can see in the picture, children, observe very closely to the banyan tree, the first one. So the tree, it has a hollow, and there who lived in that hollow of a tree? Who lived? Yes, squirrels lived. The children loved to swing on the banyan's roots. So for the banyan tree, the roots, where it will be hung from the top. Okay, so children, what they are doing when these roots are hung, so that they have made it as a swing, and then they are swinging on this particular roots. The children love to swing on the banyan's roots. Near these two old trees stood here a young gulmohar. So near these two trees, one gulmohar tree also is there. Okay, and it burst forth in the summer in a glory of flaming orange flowers. So in summer, that gulmohar tree, it gives orange flowers. So now let us see, let us know more about this particular village. So then one year, just as the wise one once has warned, there was trouble. So previously we learned, no, we read. So wise man says, no, don't cut the trees, we'll be in a trouble. Okay. So then one year, just as the wise one once has warned, there was trouble. So some trouble has happened. So what is the trouble? That was the year the rains did not come. So that year there was no rain. The people of the village looked up at the sky where the sun shone bright, too bright. Now you can see the picture in the picture, children. People, they are looking at the sky like this, they are looking at the sky. There are no clouds. What is there in the sky? The sun. It is too bright. Okay. So when there is a sun, will it rain? No, we need clouds, isn't it? Okay, it should be dark clouds. Okay, dark gray color clouds. Okay, then only we can have rain. Perhaps the rains are late, they said. They waited. Days and weeks went by, but no rains came. So they thought that, so this time rains are late. Okay, they may come a little bit late, they thought, but they waited for the rain. Days over, so many days over, so many weeks over, but no rain. But no rains came. The next year too, no rains came. So that year there was no rain, children. And second year also there was no rain. Okay, the sky was blue and cloudless. So see the sky how it is, very plain, no clouds. Okay, the sun shone as bright as ever. Everyone waited, but in vain. So in vain means no result. So there was no, they waited for the rain, but they were disappointed. They were in, it was in vain, no rain. But when no rains came, even in the third year, everyone got worried. So first year no rain, second year there was no rain, and also in the third year also no rain. So when in the third year also there was no rain, people were worried about it. Where has the rain gone? They cried. So where are the rains? They started crying. They cried a lot. Where are the rain clouds? There was no sign of the rain at all. So there was no sign, means no clouds. Okay, they waited for the rains, but in vain. No result. There was no rains. Okay, they were much worried that there was no rains. Okay, children. So now here you can open, we'll do till here, and in the next video we'll complete the remaining part, children. Now you can open your workbook to page number. Workbook to page number. I'll tell you what is the page number. Page number is 40. Now look at the S1, children. Making predictions. So prediction means to foretell. So already we have predicted about the golden goose and this particular once in a village. The goose, see the first one. Are you ready with page number 40, children? So you listen to me and then you can write down the answer. Pause my video in between and write down the answer, children. The goose helped the poor woman in the story, the golden goose. Who can help the villagers in the story once in a village? Very simple, isn't it? So in the story, the golden goose, who helped the poor woman? Very good. The goose helped by giving a golden feather, isn't it? So now in this particular lesson, that is once in a village, who can help the villagers? Yes, very good. So what do you think that you have to write? So I think God can help the villagers in the story. So how do you know that God will help, children? Yes. What were they doing? Yes, the villagers are looking sadly at the sky. Okay, the villagers are looking sadly at the sky. So how do you start writing this answer? I think God can help the villagers in the story. The villagers are looking sadly at the sky. Since God has power, He helps the people as they are in trouble. Okay, is it clear, children? Can you write down? So you can pause, you listen twice and write down the answer. Now we'll go to the second one. The golden goose had a sad ending. How do you think this story will end? So golden goose, what happens? The golden goose, it goes off, it flies off from that particular place. Okay, so how do you think this story will end? So we have read half of the story, isn't it? So we can predict it, how it is going to end. So what were they doing actually? They were praying to God. So do you think God will answer their prayers? Yes. So how do you write, children? I think this story will have happy ending because the villagers are praying to God. For what they are praying, children? For the rain. So how do you write? I think this story will have happy ending because the villagers are praying to God for the rain. I think God will answer their prayers. Is this clear? Now, write one feature of a folk tale. So, what is this folk tale? Folk tale means it teaches us a lesson, isn't it? So, one feature we have to write. So, every folk tale gives us a message or it teaches us a lesson about life. Okay, so here in this particular lesson, so what message we are going to learn, that we'll see in the next part of the story. Is this clear, children? Have you all understood? Yes. Thank you.